Good day, everybody. This is Darren the Devil back with Devilish Scents. So today I am back with Rajesh Balkrishnan, and we are doing his top 5 favorite fragrances of 2019. Now, these were not released in 2019, but he started his list about 5 years ago, and since he started, only one of them has changed in his top 5 rotation. So we will get to that in a second here. So, which way do I start?
All right, let's start with number 5. So again,
Don't tell me what it is yet.
okay.
Don't tell me what it is
I won't-
until after.
All right, okay. I won't tell you what it is, but this is the number 5, and these are the top 5 from my 700 bottle collection. These are like the 5 I would take with me to a desert island, or if I have to get out of my house, I have to just take 5 bottles that I need to save. These are the 5 that I would pick. So this is number 5.
I tried this one.
Yes, you did.
I wore this yesterday, and I was crazy, and I mixed it with Keeman, and it worked so well, didn't it?
Yes, I consider this the purest amber fragrance on the market today.
Yes. Okay, so what you're going to get with this one is pure, like, when I first sprayed it, it almost comes off a little bit boozy, like a whiskey type bourbon accord. But after that kind of settles, what you're getting is a beautiful fossilized amber, and it also has maybe not labdanum but alabanum.
Yes, it's got. I think it's got labdanum. It's got a lot of ambergris in
Okay.
it. And it's got a bit of oud in it, but that's. I think there are only 4 ingredients here. So fossilized amber. This is O'Hara, by the way, by Stephanie Humbert Lucas.
Okay.
SHL 777 is the brand, and this is considered the jewel crown in their collection. The perfume is called O'Hara, which in Persian translates to diamond. So.
Wow. It makes sense. It almost has like a desert. It reminds me of being in like a Sahara desert type thing. Like, even though it has like a salty subpoena of the ambergris, which is very fossilized, almost yet you want
Right.
to ethereal kind of.
Oh yes.
But it also has a very beautiful vanilla that's anchoring that down from the labdanum. And you do not get a lot of that oud. I don't get...
No,
you get maybe a little woodiness in there, but it's more of a backdrop to this fragrance behind the beautiful fossilized amber.
Overall, a pretty linear fragrance, but very mystical. Again, it sort of it comes out. It shows off differently during different wears.
Yeah.
Certain facets of it come out, and you'll see this pattern in my top 5 throughout. That all 5 of them are challenging and mystical, and that's sort of my perfume style as well. So these are essentially 5 perfumes that have influenced my style as well. So
Okay.
so Stephen Humbert Lucas is a good friend of mine, and this perfume of his I consider a total Oriental masterpiece.
It is
O'Hara.
oriental. Very oriental.
A very, very amber and ambergris driven perfume. So O'Hara is number 5.
Do you have a full bottle of this?
Yes,
at your
I
house?
do. I do have full bottles of all these 5.
Can I keep this one?
Yes, that is yours.
All right.
All right, so these are all for you. These are all for
Oh,
you.
shit. Well,
yeah,
all right.
these are all for you
This
to keep.
one,
Yeah.
I flippin' love. Not the other one. All right.
So the second one.
Don't tell me,
Okay,
don't tell
so
me.
It's not second. Okay, this is number 4 here. This is number 4. I'm not telling you what it is right now. You're going to we're going to sort of you're going to spray this. We're going to I have to open this. I
Here,
kind of
I'll
seal
get all
them for the flight.
I'll get all the tape
Yeah,
off.
so just get the tape off, please. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This one is, the tape's gone here.
Okay.
I'm going to spray this on a card right now.
Do it.
All right, and this is number 4. And this is number 4.
Now, I don't know if you can see that, but it's very dark.
Yes, it's almost a black colored liquid. I mean, you know.
Like a dark green.
Yeah, it is a black colored liquid.
Holy shit. Fucking, oh my gosh. Rajesh, what is this? Oh, no, don't tell me. Okay, it's settled down a little bit. So you do get a very barnyardish type oud. I would say almost like a Oh, does it have goat hair in here?
Yes,
Okay.
it does. Yeah.
But there's also a floral backdrop in this that is bringing like an intricate beauty to this. It almost makes it a little bit more delicate with those florals.
Do you get the asphalt note in there? There's a very pronounced asphalt note in there as well.
Really, what I'm mostly getting is that Oudh barnyard thing with the goat hair, and then also like as if I was on a barn walking through. I smell goats and like some charred old wood, but also if there was like a garden, maybe like jasmine. Maybe some white florals as well as tuberose.
This is Aksum from Pryn perfume. So this was the perfume which made me feel that Pryn should be the person I need to work with on Aranyaka. Aksum is a region of northern Ethiopia that I have visited, and this perfume, and Pryn has never been there. He just studied aspects of the region and created a perfume based on just his studies.
He did very good.
But this totally gets that mystical region of Ethiopia, which is full of these old Orthodox churches, which are actually which are etched into caves of mountains.
Oh, wow.
And you have like goat herds with their flock of goats. Tending their goats, and it's a very green region with a lot of white florals.
Okay, white florals.
And so that's what he has tried to evoke in this perfume, and it is a dead-on representation of the smells and sights of northern Ethiopia. So
now,
Aksum is my number 4 fragrance.
I did want to say before we move on, the white florals in this, most of the time when perfumes take on white florals in their compositions, they become powdery. This is not powdery. This is more of like a beautiful dew that was stuck on a white floral the night before. It's almost like a rain shadow.
Exactly.
Oh God, it's nice, but a little too oudhy for my liking.
It is oudhy and it is challenging, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's a love it or hate it type of perfume, but for those people who have done some traveling to some pretty remote regions of the world, this is a type of fragrance that will immediately transport them back to those places.
I definitely get that.
Yeah, so this is Aksum by Pryn Parfum. And now we get to number 3, which again is one of the most challenging fragrances that has ever come out. It's a love it or hate it type of, you have people equally divided into the 2 camps. And there we go. This is, I think you are going to be probably repulsed by this one. Let's see.
It's not repulsive.
Okay. A lot of people.
May I spray one more?
Yes, please. A lot of people consider this one of the most challenging fragrances on the market today.
If you can see that, it's like a beautiful red, like a rosy red, almost like booze.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And this is considered by many as probably the most challenging perfume on the market today. This is Oudh Infini by Parfums Dusita. Hold on.
Before you get into this is very masculine out of those other 2 that I thought were a little bit more unisex. This is a masculine rose.
Yes, and it's got a huge dose of civet in it. Are you getting the civet? And the oud?
The civet comes off a little bit more leathery.
Right.
And it's bringing a nice vanilla leather vibe to that rose. And it's very masculine, but it also has
Do you get the Laotian oud in it?
I was going to say, it's very low on the oud.
Right.
I would say it's not very barnyard. It's a very clean oud, and the way they're mixing it with that rose is masculine, seductive. This is a perfect date night fragrance.
Yeah.
I would wear this out on a date to seduce me a woman.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people who find this challenging. In fact, there's a nickname for this among some of the perfume lovers. It's called Civet Infini. But actually, it's Oudh Infini by Parfums Dusita. and the perfume is structured in such a way it opens with notes of Laos and Oudh, which and some orange peel, and goes to a heart of sandalwood, and then it sort of like kind of dries down into the civety sort of musk.
So I was getting the earthy sandalwood vibe with the vanilla, but also I was gonna say there's some spices in here, maybe a bit of cardamom in there. That's I don't know. There's some spices in there, like not like black pepper, but a seductive type spice, like allspice.
Yeah, so there's a bit of saffron and
saffron.
There's a bit of saffron and there's a bit of benzoin in the composition as well.
Benzoin brings the very nice earthy vanilla with that almost resinous to the sandalwood as well.
Right, but again, the base of the civety musk is what kind of repels a lot of people. But overall, this is quite an evocative perfume. It is. As I said, this is not. It stays on clothes for days. And as I said, it's a very sensual scent.
I was gonna say this. I want to try it on skin to see how that oud progresses, because it wasn't very oudy on me. Mostly, I get a very masculine rose with that vanilla and the resinous qualities, but it's very seductive. I would wear this on a date, and if the chick didn't like it, she's not for me.
Yes, and it requires a ballsy guy to wear it, because this is not Aventus. This is not Neo.
No.
This is quite animalic, and it is beautiful. It's an oriental, woody, sort of a slightly sort of skanky, but beautiful, rich, sort of a wet, damp, seductive rose. So this is Oudh Infini by Parfums Dusita.
It is a very wet rose, and I would say probably one of the most masculine roses I've tried, actually. And it kind of reminds me of the rose in Slow Explosions by Imaginary Authors. Right. It was kind of the same type of rose, but this one has a lot more depth to it.
Okay, so now we're going to get to number 2 on my list. And this is the new entry on my list, because this is a perfume which was introduced just in 2018.
Okay.
So this is a brand new perfume, and I'm going to spray this for Darren right here, and
oh my god! Oh my god! So you said that last one was complex, or but that I could totally wear that. I would not feel. I mean, I guess I'm just daring that way, but this one is sex magic.
Yeah.
Holy shit, like sex candy. This is amazing. Oh my god.
This is one of the most sensual perfumes ever created,
so
I think.
I'm getting a very floral. It's very floral. It's kind of hard to distinguish the notes because it's so well blended, but I would say there's a jasmine thing going on.
It is the Indian night jasmine.
Tuberose?
Yes, it is Indian night jasmine, which is a variant of jasmine and tuberose. It is an in-between.
Wow, I did good right there, but dude.
So that's very good. This is the only fragrance which has the Indian jasmine. This is Jardin Nocturne by Shalini. And the perfumer is Maurice Rossel, who is a famous French perfumer. The perfume has only 5 ingredients, and it's a totally natural perfume.
There's a bit of oud in here as well?
Yes, there's Laotian oud. There is that Indian night jasmine.
Is there sandalwood?
Yes, there is sandalwood. Very good.
I am doing good.
You are doing good, and there's only 2 more ingredients. Come on.
I'm feeling a bit of rose in there, but
no, there's no rose. There's no rose.
It's a floral thing going on. I would like to.
No, there's no florals. You've done with the florals. The only floral is the Indian night jasmine.
That jasmine in there is such a different type of floral. I'm not a fan of jasmine, but this is very seductive and sexy. I've never smelled a jasmine like this. But as far as the other 2 notes,
but you're good about the 3 notes. There's 2 other notes in here.
There maybe there's something mysterious in here.
Yes.
There's like a resinous quality in there. Maybe a little bit of what is that? Is it a?
The oud is there. You got that right.
It's not civet, but
It's musk.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's
just
musk.
Okay.
It's musk and saffron.
Okay, saffron.
Yeah,
I was getting a type of spice that I couldn't
Right.
pick out. I was thinking cardamom. But
Yeah, but it's saffron. And so this is Jardin Nocturne, which translates to night garden. So this is about a flower in India which only blooms. It's a type of jasmine that only blooms at night.
It's gorgeous. This
Yeah.
reminds me of if I was in an oriental environment at nighttime, wearing a nice button-up, like it being around in, let's say it just rained, and you got this nice dew, and you're walking through a jasmine garden.
Right, and this is where lovers meet at night, so it's very sensual. So it's also the smell of sort of a little bit of love making in that perfumed garden.
That
so
musk.
a very, very sensual perfume.
Dude, this would work beautiful on men or women. I would love to smell this on a woman, but I am going to be wearing the out of this.
Yeah. So this is Jardin Nocturne by Shalini, which was introduced in 2018. This is a perfume I have been patiently waiting for my whole life. It is devastatingly beautiful. In fact, this is a perfume that could drive you to tears. It's that beautiful.
I'm almost tearing up.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
It has a mysterious, seductive quality, and almost that oud is starting to come out a little bit more animalic now that it's dried down with that musk.
Right.
And that jasmine does not die down. That jasmine in there, with most jasmine scents, it can come off brittle or bitter. This one is very sweet, dewy, and just seductive. That's all that is.
Yes, so this is great. So now we are moving on to the number one perfume. The number one hasn't changed for the past 5 years. This is a perfume that will be celebrating its 20th year next year. And just to tell you how rare this perfume is, even though it's been in the market for 20 years, it has sold 550 bottles totally. So 550 bottles in 20 years. There you go. So here we go. We have to remove.
You should tell them how much this one is.
Okay, and this perfume is costs $1,100 for a 33 ml bottle. It is the only perfume in the world that actually has Kyara agarwood in it, which is one of the rarest types of agarwood. I have personally seen it distilled. It is obtained in very limited quantities, and you have to burn a lot of chips to get a very little agarwood oil. It has no animalic qualities whatsoever. It is almost camphorous in nature. I was
going to say this. Before you go any further, this has a very woody camphorous quality. The oud in there is almost coming off like a spicy cedar type note.
Exactly.
Okay, so this reminds me of when I was a kid going through woodwork. And there would be a piece of wood that's all dry, left out, and there's termites going through it.
Right.
That's exactly what this is. It's very dry. It has a spicy quality.
Oh, yes.
It's like an antique wood.
Right. It really is. And again, it's not a wowing fragrance. It's just the beauty is so ethereal and so spiritual that it just has to be worn to be believed. So what the perfumer has done is that he has surrounded this central Kyara agarwood note with slight hints of Japanese rose, hinoki.
I was gonna say there's a floral backdrop, and I would say a white floral as well, maybe tuberose or osmanthus.
Yeah, no, it's got a little bit of rose. It's got a little bit of sandalwood, Japanese rose, sandalwood, patchouli, and hinoki, which is Japanese cedar.
Okay.
So those are added to fortify
the Japanese cedar in this definitely comes out, and it's a different type of cedar accord. It's more as in cedar like my fence. This is a little bit more spicy and old antique cedar, I would say.
Right. So a perfume like this, this is a perfume that has truly taken me to higher spiritual planes. When you wear this on your body, it lasts on your body for about 12 hours. And you will see yourself ascending higher and higher levels of spirituality. This is the only perfume which I can say is religion in a bottle.
I would say, so this one, it doesn't speak to me as much as it does with you, but it does have this beautiful woodiness, and that rose is so gorgeous. It's very seductive, and I would say, now that it's dried down, that oud is definitely coming out over. At first, it was the cedar, but now that oud is starting to take over.
And this is Kyara agar wood, which is the rarest type of agar wood. Only found in certain forests in Japan and Vietnam. So these are the only two countries, very small reserve left in the world. So Deser has basically collected this oud conscientiously over the past 15 to 20 years, and they have one of the largest personal reserves of this oud. And they are one of the few people who distill this oud and use it in perfume. Again, thousands of dollars worth of chips have to be burnt to yield a few ml of the oil. So it's that rare.
I was going to say before we leave here, this one's very resinous as well, and it's starting to get a lot more animalic now that the oud's starting to dry down, but it seems more of a skin scent.
Yes.
Even though it could last a long time, it seems like it would stay more subtle to your skin. It's one of those that would leave a nice little skin bubble, and it smells a little bit more masculine for me, but I would feel comfortable wearing this if I was camping, out in the mountains.
Right.
But which one do you think is my favorite? Just take a wild guess.
Do I want to say it's Jardin Nocturne?
Yeah, okay, so it's actually between Jardin Nocturne and O'Hara.
Yeah.
O'Hara is such a beautiful, resinous amber with that vanilla that works so well. All ambergris just works really well on my skin. It lasts and lasts and transitions and forms and molds over hours. And especially, I don't know if it's just my environment, the salty, we're right by the Pacific Ocean.
That's true.
We're literally like 50 feet away now.
Right, exactly.
And literally, you get the saltiness in the environment, and that just works so well. But that Jardin Nocturne or Nocturne? Nocturne. That one is going to be, I'm definitely going to be trying to get a bottle because I don't care how much I have to spend. That's going to be a perfect date night scent. But that O'Hara seems like one that I could just wear year round, any environment, no matter what I'm doing.
And both Jardin Nocturne and O'Hara are available at Beverly Hills Perfumery. So if you know Alan Burtis, who is quite there online, and if you look up Beverly Hills Perfumery, they carry both.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your top 5. I've been so blessed to be on this scent journey with Rajesh Balkrishnan.
Thank you.
I hope you guys checked out his 3 perfumes that I went over with him in the last video. Please check that out. I will link that down below. I did want to thank you so much, Rajesh. This has been such a surreal experience to meet up with this perfumer and just show him around my area and just go on a scent journey with him. I feel so blessed.
And likewise, thank you. It was a pleasure meeting this wonderful reviewer, someone who really knows perfumery and has a great nose. And it was wonderful visiting Port Angeles, Washington. Thank you.
Thank you so much, by the way, for saying I have a good nose. Right after we did that last perfume video of his 3 perfumes, he's like, you do such a well job going over the transition of notes and how it makes you feel. And when you're a reviewer, that just makes you feel so good about yourself that you're doing right. And really, that's why I started this channel, was to share perfumes that, even if it doesn't work for you, find something that works for someone else, or just find something that you want in your arsenal that makes you feel good about yourself.
Right, exactly. And perfumery is all about positivity and joy and experiencing different things in life. So keep an open mind and enjoy the gifts of perfumery.
Thank you. That was a great final thought to leave on. I hope to see you all in the next review. Please leave a like down below. I hope to see you all in the next Devilish Scents.
Thank you.